Hello everyone. So we heard a lot about something unusual and something strange. Today we're gonna give you a title of a family grows concerned after that takes an unusual long trip to the beach. Of course, as usual, subscribe, like this video and share it with all your friends. When Constantine's family didn't hear from her husband or him a few days, it immediately raised some red flags. They contacted the police, and with some diggings, they began to see there was a lot more to see signs than anyone suspected. In 1998, Constantine nervously stood up at the altar in front of rows of smiling friends and family. He was finally marrying his longtime girlfriend Stacy in South Florida. And they were both eager to begin this new chapter in their lives. His job as a commercial real estate agent meant they had a beautiful home, the sound of waves and sandy beaches, just steps from their back door. Soon Stacy and Constantine added a few kids to the mix. Managing the changes in their relationship wasn't easy. Adjusting to married life with kids was a challenge, but it worked, for a while at least. As each anniversary passed, maintaining the magic of their relationship grew more difficult. Constantine and Stacy were no longer on the same page. 9 years in, their differences were too much to work through. Constantine was struggling with substance abuse problems, and it's put on an incredible strain on the marriage. Stacy had given it as many chances as they could, or as she could, before reaching finally her limit. They decided the best solution was to separate. Too much between them had changed forever. They signed the divorce papers 3 days before the marking of their 9th anniversary. Sitting there spelled was in consequence of disputes and incredible differences. A judge awarded Stacy full custody of their kids. Constantine received visitation every other weekend, and for the kids, summer vacation. Court dismissed, and Constantine went home to a large house that for the first time in years would be frequently empty. Despite his newfound bachelorhood, Constantine still had to maintain sobriety. Part of the custody agreement involved court-ordered random drug testing 4 times per year until 2010. If he fell off the wagon, his visitation with his children would be revoked. He stuck with it. But in August of 2014, the seamless co-parenting routine cracked. Stacy grew frustrated with Constantine's priorities, spending huge amounts on keeping up appearance while neglecting what was the most important. The month marked Constantine's first late child support payment. Month after month, his payments grew later, and eventually his checks stopped arriving at all. Naturally, Stacy wasn't going to put up with her ex-husband's not holding up his end of the divorce agreement. Skipping out on child support payment had serious consequences. Constantine maintained a close bond with his family and expressed how deeply worried he was about not being able to catch up on the payments and looming consequences hanging over his head. Fleeting frantic calls from Constantine was a regular practice in the family, and then suddenly all communication stopped. So, with his cousin's words ringing in his ears, Chris Damian called the police to report Constantine missing on March 23, 2018. Police made a wall-fire check at Constantine's house. When they opened the door, they expected to see him turn around a corner demanding an explanation for the cops remaining in his house. Instead, everything looked perfectly normal, save for one glaring detail. Constantine wasn't there, but his phone, wallet, and key were out in plain view. If he'd permitted his flight, he'd have at least packed the bag. Novel essentials were out of place. Then they entered the garage and evaded nothing. Constantine barely missed the chance to take in the sunrise from out on the scene or the ocean waves. The police noted the paddleboard was gone, and that wasn't all. His driving bag was emptied of its normal contents, fins, a mask, and wedged belt. The police filed an official report declaring Constantine missing. They searched the surrounding areas from surveillance cameras, hoping to pinpoint when exactly he disappeared in the well-to-do neighborhood. Security cameras were a dozen, so they were bound to get lucky. They did. At 6:30 a.m. on March 20th, Constantine was captured on camera crying his paddleboard and gear out into the shallows of the ocean. Nothing appeared wrong. He moved out of the frame, and no one saw a trace of him again. Immediately, they began widespread searching of the nearby where days passed, but the search for Constantine was coming up dry. Given his prowess at the sport, his family really thought he could have suffered an accident. There were murmurs that disappearance could be purposeful. This is the first part of the story. If you want to continue, just wait for the second part. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with all your friends. Thank you for watching. See you next episode. Goodbye.